times and a half, or 42 months, because they went on a 360-day year, or 1,260 days. 3.5 times 1260, or times 3.5 times 360 is 1,260. So it's mentioned, it's called times and a half in these verses. It's called 1,260 days in these verses and 42 months in these verses. It's right on the chart. Okay, I think it's all referring to the same thing. Daniel said, and I heard, but I understood not. How many have ever been in that situation before? Man, I heard it, I read it, but I don't understand it.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. I think that means, Daniel, you wrote down what I told you to write. Thank you very much. Close the book. You're done. Go have a good time. This isn't going to happen for a long time. And sometimes you will say things to somebody not realizing what you said, and years later it bears fruit in their life. Whoa, I remember what he said to me. Wow, he's right. You should be constantly looking for ways to plant seeds. Johnny Appleseed traveled across, dropping seeds in the ground, so that people coming behind him in a couple of years would have apples.
Aww.
Pretty cool. I don't know how many seeds I've planted in 49 years of being a Christian. I hope it's billions. I want to be one of those that shines like the stars. I want to turn many to righteousness. Even you guys who believe you came from a rock and get the SpongeBob award. I want to be your friend. Call me anytime. I'll talk to you. 855 Big Dino extension 3. I take calls all day long and half the night. But I'll tell you right now, I'm going to try to win you to the Lord before it's too late. And those of you that are destroying the faith of children, you better really take a long, hard look in the mirror what you're doing. You're in trouble one day. God said, Daniel, that's it, close. See, all the Bible is written by men, inspired by God, and sometimes they did not even understand what they wrote. Like if I dictate a letter to the secretary, she doesn't have to understand anything. She's just write what I tell you. Here, write this down. What's this mean, Brother Hovind? It'll take me 2 hours to explain. Forget it. Just write it down, seal the letter, and mail it. Okay, you don't need to understand. You just need to write what I told you. So the Bible is inspired. The word spire means breathe. Respirator is something to help you breathe. Inspiration, expire. That's where you breathe out your last breath. The Bible is inspired. God breathed through those men. Now, he used their personalities and he used their hand. And sometimes they knew what they were writing. But God can speak right through somebody. He can speak through a jackass in the book of Numbers. I've heard that happen at universities all the time. That's another story. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. I think this is referred to again in Matthew 24, Mark 13, Luke 21. There's coming a time of tribulation. How are you going to hold up? Going to get bad. Think about it. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. I think we need to get wise. We need to study what is coming, what on earth is about to happen, for heaven's sake, and say, okay, Lord, you told us this was going to happen. I don't want it. This is not what I want, but it's going to happen. Do you think those people being killed in Namibia right now, that was their plan for their life, to be martyred for their faith? I mean, they're coming in, wiping out whole villages just because they're Christian. Only reason. Right now. Many, and it's coming here, none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, I take that to be in the middle of this 7-year period. Almost everybody agrees on that. From that time, there shall be 1,290 days. What's the extra 30 days for? I don't know. I read it till my brain hurt. I put some comments in my book about it. Here's the 4 theories about what this could mean. What's this extra 30 days? Maybe that's the selecting of the 144,000. Because when we're taken up out of here, God's not going to leave the world without a witness. The 144,000 are going to look on him whom they pierced. I think Zechariah said that. And they're going to all get converted in one day. Wow, that was the Messiah. Hey guys, oh, the Christians are gone. I guess it's up to us now. And those 144,000 young Jewish virgin men are going to be spreading the gospel for the next 3.5 years. Or for the next 3 years, about 3 years. Maybe that extra 30 days is the selecting of those guys. And it's not the Jehovah's Witnesses. Gee whiz, for heaven's sake. Okay. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 in 30 days. I don't know what that is either. There's 4 or 5 theories on that, and I'm sure I'll get 5 comments on my YouTube channel. I know what it is. God revealed it to me in a dream after I ate a hamburger with onions on it. Okay, I don't know. Okay, if I did, I would tell you. There are several theories, but again, something happens. There's a transition time of about 30 to 90 days. Something happens in here. I think it's probably the selecting of the 144,000 to get out and witness during the time of God's wrath. See, tribulation is what the world does to us. We're here for that. Wrath is what God does to the world. We're not here for the wrath. God's children are not appointed unto wrath. And I'm embarrassed that I, for years, confused tribulation and wrath. They're not the same. You get that straight and it's like, whoa, makes sense. And the day of Christ is not the same as the day of the Lord. You get those straight and whoa, it makes sense. Anyway, but go thou thy way till the end be. For thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Is he promising Daniel that he's going to get to stand before God at the end of all of time? Yeah, everybody is. We are all. Look, this little lifetime that you've got of 70, 80, 90 years is nothing. This is just nothing compared to what God has planned. I'm going to live forever. That's not even a long time. It's outside of time. You're going to live forever too. What are you going to invest your life in? It's up to you. That's the end of Daniel. I decided I'm going to try to win as many people to the Lord as I can. So when I get $50, I don't think, wow, I can buy a new tire for my car. I think, wow, I can give out 8,000 gospel tracts.
That's cool.
Some people, if you gave them $1,000, all they would think about is stuff for themselves. That's all they think about. Okay. You can see it around here. We sell my videotapes and everything goes right back into, let's get the gospel out. How long have you known me, lady? 14 years? Too long, right? Yeah. I eat, sleep, drink, live for getting the gospel out any way possible. And we'll use Dinosaur Adventureland for that. That's the goal. While we're out there making the airplanes today, the family that was here, I asked them if they're going to heaven, if they're saved. They live right a couple miles from here. We're going to have a lot of people come here. And I want you folks, when you give the tour, put on your yellow shirt and get out and give the tour and teach all the science activities. That's wonderful, but that's not why we're doing this. Everybody ought to be planting seeds. Hey, are you going to heaven? I don't know. The lady last night out on the sand dune. Are you going to heaven? I don't know. I explained to her how she prayed and asked the Lord to save her last night out on the sand dune. That's the purpose of this place. That's the purpose of Kent Hovind. I dream, I live for that. I want you to catch that fire and say, man, I want to do that. I want to do that.